Oh, all right, my people, I'm gonna make this quick. So one of the reasons I love mobile videography is because I can literally just grab my phone or my Go from my pocket and grab a shot just like that. This video has been one I've been wanting to create for quite a while now, and it's my top 7 video tips for mobile videography, and especially if you're using the Insta360 Go. And you know, the Go is such a perfect little tool for learning and using some basic mobile videography tips and tricks. So let me run you through them now and show you how to do these on the go too. All right, let's get into it. So for my first tip, I'm gonna go with reveal. So reveal shots are like a cinematic panning motion, but you sort of hide yourself behind things. Okay, you see what I mean. So the next step I'm going to talk about is in-camera transitions. One of the big benefits of any camera transitions is that you do it all in camera and you don't have to add any movements in your post-production. So I like doing this every now and again so that it just sort of cuts down my editing time and makes things a lot simpler and easier for me. A couple of motions you can do is like panning up, panning down, or panning left, or panning right with some speed for a whip transition kind of effect. And then when you mash the motion of panning into two things, it'll probably turn into a transition, probably something a bit like this. Okay, number 3 is portrait versus landscape mode. So when recording video, you want to make sure that you're always shooting in landscape mode. And the thing about shooting landscape is that it allows you to shoot for a full screen rather than, you know, holding your phone like this and then suddenly you've only got like a narrow strip of real estate to film with. But the great thing about the Go is that these sorts of decisions are the sorts of things you can make in post-production, because the Go captures everything all at the same time and you select your output in post-production. So you can export in portrait for Instagram or landscape for YouTube. You choose. I just say have in mind what format you're capturing for when you're shooting, and it might influence what you shoot and how. Hey, hat, stay here. Okay, hat goes back on because it's trying to run away in the wind. Tip number 4, when you're recording, don't worry too much about getting everything. You just want to get short clips, maybe about 3 to 5 seconds long. Clips like some simple movements. And that's the beauty of the Go. It only captures short clips. And that's why it might be almost the ideal filmmaking tool for short videos or for learning videography. It's great by design. I tell you, this is something you might want to buy your kids or someone who you know is interested in learning how to film. If they're interested in that kind of thing, it's maybe even the sort of thing that classrooms could have for filmmaking projects too. Super easy with the app for post-production too. Okay, that's enough advertising. I wasn't paid to make this video. So another tip is time-lapse mode. Time-lapse mode is super important. It gives you a sense of movement and a sense of time passing. Another alternative for some devices like the Go is a hyperlapse, which then not only gives you a sense of time passing, but also movement from one place to another. this is because when the footage comes out stabilized from the Go, I think it's a pretty good solution. I personally love it. Probably use it a bit too much. Okay, number 6 is you want to have a mixture of close-ups and medium shots and also big wide shots too. Make sure you can mix it up and keep visual interest in your story, and use slow motion too for another perspective, to slow time right down or to really focus in on what a character might be thinking or doing. Now a face or hands is often good for slow motion, or maybe a flock of birds flying away or people walking, and then use a speed ramp to get back up to normal speed and kind of like normal life. You've kind of suspended time for a little while and then zip back into normal. Okay, for my last tip, I'd say it's really important to change your height. It's really tempting just to film everything at eye height and stick your phone out in front of you like this. But if you change your perspective by getting up high or really down low, you can get some really good visual interest. And yes, things look much more epic perhaps up high with a drone or something, but don't underestimate how getting down really low at floor height can change how something looks too. That can also be pretty epic. This video helps you, even if you have, whoa, this thing, wait, get off, this thing nearly blew away. I've nearly lost this a few times. I wish they'd attach it somehow like this. Anyway, I hope this video helps you even if you have limited resources. I know it's hard to get your hands on equipment sometimes, like a new smartphone, particularly because how expensive they are. Even a Go is not that cheap. But just use any camera and you can actually apply these techniques to anything you're using, really. Hey, do the like and subscribe thing if you dig this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Here's some more you want to look at too. Cheers and laters. Because you know, the reality is it's a lovely day and everything, but I've really got to get home. My daughter's just about to finish her Kung Fu lesson and I'm supposed to be picking her up. Go.